Yes, sir. Your trade of the day brought to you by Day Trade the World. As always, get your day trading journey started the right way. Check that QR code below. But it's going to be Robinhood. There could be lots of opportunities out there. There were a lot of fantastic ones here today. But Robinhood, SPF, gets rid of his stake, almost certainly liquidating it after just the crazy moves that we've seen happen with FTX and with the Binance potential bailout, which we now know might not be happening. So Hood getting absolutely smashed. You had a monster move in yesterday's trade. Like this, look at the wick on the, like you were going up after earnings here. And you were actually looking like you were trying to break out, but you had that one death candle at 12 bucks, all the way down through 10 bucks, $10. Actually closed below $10. But there were some levels to watch here today, and obviously lower high at 8. I didn't even bother with a $7 line because I didn't think we'd even get there. Then you got this $9 higher low. And then simply the previous, going into yesterday, we got right at the bottom, down about 950, and then you had a double bottom at 950 when you zoom in a little bit further. If you look at the 15-minute, that was going to be the level. So pretty much it wasn't that complicated of a trade, except actually getting into it when it broke at the open. It took out, there's your 950, it took out that pre-market low, and I didn't get in. It's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. You've missed out on one of the better opportunities out there in the overall market. Well, if fortune gives you a second chance, you're taking it. The second there was any kind of a pop, like you just want to be net short. Now, yeah, I like Coinbase as well. That was like short any pop you could get. But this was different because the flush was so big right into 920 that you had to be willing to grab this in that 35 to 40 range. That's the best you could get. Getting in that when you understand how significant a breakdown trade it is, and you are willing to go all the way back into that 50 when you catch that fill. Now, obviously, that puts 1-to-1 at about 9.10 there, that 25 cents or so. So I do favor usually getting some out 1-to-1. Opportunity for a bit of a refill at the exact same price. That was a quick reload there if you had an opportunity to do it. I wasn't quite quick enough. At this point, when it was testing back upside, that's where I was reloading Coinbase. Kind of hard to do two things at once in the same space, but you do get this nice clean channel break. And once you make another channel break to the downside, you want to be net short. Sometimes you cannot be afraid, if it's trending up, to buy high, sell higher. If it's trending down, to sell low and buy back even lower. You can't be afraid of the low of the day. And when it took out 9 even, there's your break. Already taking some in the 880 range. This time when it comes back up, retests the previous low at 910. It's shorting off of that 910. Take some out at that low of the day, 890, and then it's off to the races. This is where it comes back to where do you want to hold on to that last little bit, and it's very simple. You're looking at that huge gap. It's $8 into $9. I like to cut it in the middle. There was not the momentum on any part of this break that resembled the open. So I'm looking at that 850 level. I take it out that 850. I don't know that there was a strong enough pushback to the upside to make me want to reload this one here. If anything, I would have been looking for that $9 level. But as I speak, it didn't end up taking out 850 and got to 840. And the lesson is, if you think a stock is strong enough or weak enough, you've got to be willing to structure a way in, even if you miss that initial breakout or breakdown trade. And then as it's trending, sometimes you can't only short a significant pop. Sometimes you have to find entry points that are on that way down. The $9 even break area, that's not that complicated because it's a nice round number, and it gives you a 950 break to 9 to 850. Sometimes you keep it simple, stupid. There's your trade of the day on Robinhood. I know this is going to be a wild one for the next few days and weeks upcoming. As always, brought to you by Day Trade the World.